let's begin. So connect to our Ujjayi breath. As we get a sense of the sit bones and the tailbone contacting the earth. Aligning the skull bones over the sit bones. And we'll feel the shoulders relax, the hands relax. And feel as if the skull and the brain are less tethered to the neck. So an effortless letting go of the head and the brain away from the spine. And feel if that base of skull area softens to any degree. So we're going to begin our pranayama with some Kapalabhati. I'm going to circle around a few things today just to find out if we can't kind of bring our breath online even more. So just as you're seated, low belly, short, sharp exhalations. Let's begin. Go ahead and keep the feet active. We'll just do many, many pumps. And each one is crisp. Each one is with the purpose of sensing, bringing our feeling awareness in and to the low abdomen. There you go. We'll do about 20 more or so. And let's pause right here. Now let's resume that deep Ujjayi breath. I'm just finding out if it's more dynamic, more palpable, visceral. Set your right hand down. Inhale the left arm up for chest opener. So I'm angling out, not quite up, not quite left. Now exhale, spread the left hand bone, reach out, and feel the arm bones lifting away from the ribs. There you go. So that shoulder joint, just momentarily, is a little cushion of space. Allow the right ear to melt down. Now lifting the chest bones with your breath. So your breath is getting between the sternum and the heart, between the collarbone and the shoulder blade. If you need to close your eyes to focus into this area of the heart space, that's perfectly fine. Sometimes just closing, getting a different visual stimulus can help us feel anew. Now turn that left thumb down and lower the hand just a little bit, about shoulder height or lower. And the second move, with your thumb pointing down, reach the fingertips a little bit forward. So I've just moved my knuckles ahead of my chest. Having done those two moves, you may feel this a little more in the lat, in the left side, back, upper heart. And some people feel this all the way down the left side of the back. So how much you rotate that thumb down, the arm bone, was one part of the equation. Moving the knuckles in front of the shoulder is the other part of the equation, and that outreach. Now breathing into the upper back of the heart, feeling breath under the shoulder blade. And then using your right hand, inhale, help your head up. Or come upright. Use your right hand to your head. If you need to switch the cross of your legs, do so. We're going directly to the other side. Chest opener to start. I've got my left palm down. Inhale the right arm up. And exhaling, reach out. So as I reach out, the shoulder blade scoots laterally, like toward the side edge of my ribs. And then deepen your Ujjayi breath. And part two, and turn the thumb down, lower the altitude of the hand, and move the hand just slightly forward. That's in front of your shoulder, just a little bit. I'll do this from the side so you can see how so my right hand, I'm putting a little bit ahead of my shoulder. If that starts to register in the upper back, the lat, some of those upper back muscles, congrats. Learn if you can bring your breath into those upper back bones. All that associated and connected neck stuff. Good. Now use the left hand to the left side of your head. Inhale, help the head up. And let's set up for dolphin. So we'll move to our elbows and our knees. And with the neck relaxed, inhale into the upper back. We'll set those forearms out, toes curled under. Exhale the knees off the ground, and we're in dolphin. So those same areas of the shoulder we had just touched into, the area under the shoulder blade, the area just under the collar, the chest wall. Learn if you can feel breath in this upper third of the heart space. And with each and every exhale, pressing, shoulders get a little bit lighter. That's it, Tweebs, that's it. That's it. Good. And let's use those legs. Those legs are such valuable shoulder tools. If I use my legs strongly, I can work it so my hips lift away from my shoulder joints. There you go. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Putting these legs into our dolphin, whole new dimension. Mm-hmm. And let's gently set the knees down. We'll give this a rest for now. Lie on back. Got y'all set up. We'll begin with some elbow to knee. All right, interlace hands behind head, and let's pick the feet off the ground. So the knees are over the hips. And inhale, we'll float the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. Pause right here, curl tailbone. Exhale, left leg out reaches. Now as you outreach, keep lifting or reaching through the shoulders and the elbows. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend that left knee, come back centrally. Pause, curling tailbone. Exhale, the right leg reaching out. And lift through the elbows, the shoulders, so that upper back just stays a little bit off the ground. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend the right knee. Pausing right there with the shoulder blades ever so slightly up. Curl tailbone, exhale, the left leg reaching out, but keep lifting up through the elbows. This is an entire spinal process here. So the elbows matter to the spine, the leg matters to the spine, pulling low belly down matters to the spine. There you go. Inhale, bend that left knee. Keeping the shoulder blades just a little bit up. Curl tailbone, exhale, right leg reaching out. Reach up through the elbows. I don't have to lift higher. I'm just unlocking. Pull low belly down. Good. And when we inhale, bending the right knee, let's do 3 more on each side on our own. There you go. So when I'm breathing into back, as my elbows reach and lift, all of that upper back material, the shoulder blade, those lats, those skin and the tissue, it moves a particular way. It spreads, it declutters, if you will, that upper spine. There's a different, there you go. Pull low belly down. There you go. There it is. Yes. That same, and as I'm lifting the leg away from the guts, I'm pulling the guts away from the leg. And maybe that gives us some feeling insight into the pelvis. There you go. And once we've done about 3 on each side, we can pause and rest. There you go. Yeah. And then we'll grab our roll or our block, whatever's nearby, a prop for the between the legs. And let's raise legs skyward. Inhale into low belly, low back. So really are escorting your breath into the back side of your body. Squeeze that implement. Curl tailbone. Tiny, tiny, teeny, tiny move. Exhale the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. Now as the legs move up, lift up away from the pelvis, the head relaxes and the hands pull low belly down from those legs that are reaching up. Inhaling, set the head down. There's a little release, little reprieve moment. Hold that breath, squeeze that roller, that block. Locating the tip of the tailbone, exhale, float the head and the shoulder blades up. Just the very tip of the tailbone shifts up, the legs reach up, pull low belly down away from those inner working thighs. Letting the head let go in the hands. Good. Inhale, head to ground. And we're going to continue. You're well familiar with these. Let's keep going, just at your own pace. I just want to point out some common catches. As you're squeezing the roll, working the legs, just note if you started to grab the head. That part of the spine, if we tend to grab it, can have some stultifying effects downstream in the other parts of the spine. So often I'll find if I can relax my head into my hands, actually feel a lot more movement through my spine, my hips, my legs, my leg muscles. So we're getting those on, we're getting Good. Let the head go as you squeeze. Good. Pull the belly down. Yeah. It's a real coordinated effort. Let's make this the last one. Good. I'm going to bring you over right about here. Squeeze and pull the belly down. Good. And when you set the head down, set the feet down, release, relax. We can set that roll off to the side. All right. So when you turn onto a side and you help yourself up, there's a little episode of wall work. So let's move our mats next to a section of wall, and you're welcome to take all this stuff just anywhere. We'll be setting up dolphin on the wall. Okay. So just recall, dolphin on the wall is this right angle we make with the wall. I start with my feet just a few inches from the wall. I'm setting up dolphin as per usual. Elbows under shoulders, forearms out in front. Good. And that you're clasping the elbows. We can squeeze on the chest muscles, armpits. There you go. Those, perfect. Yes. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, the shoulder blades. The forearms are pressing, the toe pads are pressing. Exhale, the knees off the floor. In this first moment, your heels should skim the wall. That's a perfect distance. Inhale, step 1 foot hip height. When you're ready, exhale, take off. Stepping both feet to the wall for right now. Now, even though your shoulders are weight-bearing quite a bit, you can still breathe into the chest wall, into the area between collar and shoulder blade. And so we will, these next 5 breaths, just practice breathing, feeling those rib bones moving. Let's take a little teeny bit of weight, just so you can feel the breath in the upper back and upper chest. We are getting a bit into the upper back and the upper chest today, so it'll just be really helpful if this area is warm and well breathed, if you will. There you go. And then with step 1 foot down, 2 foot down. Now we'll stay with the wall for just one pose more. So when you're ready to stand, we're working a spinal twist, a squatting spinal twist. So I'm standing about a foot from the wall, and you'll recall this, the hand furthest from the wall hooks in between the leg and the wall. All right, so choose a side and we'll walk our way in there. Yep. So I usually like to set up my feet rather close, if not touching. And then whichever hand is furthest from the wall, hook that arm between the leg and the wall. Perfect. Good. Now, let's all together soften exactly, Joy, exactly the neck. Now inhale, with your hands gently pull. And the pulling action literally, physically moves the ribs slightly away from the hips. As you exhale, feel for that internal softening. I'm just going to shift your hips a little closer to the wall. There you go. Good. Letting that deep breath help us make room. By making room, to me, that's a quality of sensing internal spaciousness through the ribs, under the chest wall, between the organs. Now, when you release, inhale, unwind, stand up carefully. You can use the wall to walk your way up. And we'll switch sides, as it should be. Here we go, second side, come on in. And release. We'll inhale, carefully unwind. And once you stand, that will conclude our wall stuff. So you're welcome to move your mat back to your working spot. And let's stand. We'll be moving through a series of suns with just some little extras for the shoulders, the upper back, the chest. So we'll get it all loved up. Inhale, reach the arms up as you bend the knees, coming into chair pose. Now let's remain here for 2 additional breaths so that we can, 1, slightly shift the tailbone down, and 2, lift and draw those arms back. And yes, your upper back muscles may give you a song. Good, deep breath into those upper back muscles, bring those biceps. Exhale, straightening legs, fold forward. Allow the neck to relax entirely down, just gravity led. Monkey, inhale, use the hands to move the chest away from the lap. Exhaling, let's step both feet back, hands are down, and we'll lower all the way down to the ground. I'm pulling the shoulders away from the neck, and we'll lower all the way down, belly to earth. Hands forward. We'll shift the tailbone down, inhale. I'll pull, just like we did at the wall. I'm pulling the chest away from my abdomen, lengthening mid-spine away from low spine. Exhaling, lower down, reset the hands under the chest. Exhaling, press back, downward dog. Take a moment. As you connect to breath, I'm going to have many instances where we can allow the neck to relax. So it'll be a constant reminder, just a constant checking in to the base of the neck muscles, And just any gesture of release that we can offer that area, we'll do it about every pose. And then inhale, let's step the right foot forward, warrior two. And we'll relax the arms down in front of our legs. Shoulder shrugs. Inhale into the upper back. Keep inhaling. Pause, hold that breath just for a moment as you hike the shoulders way up so you're getting all those traps like contracted, and then squeeze the tops of the shoulders together. Exhale as you squeeze, drag down. Sometimes I'll move a contraction volitionally and it'll create a little release moment, a little uncatch. Inhale into the back of the heart. Good. Squeeze the middle parts of the shoulder blades. Exhale, squeeze, drag down. Releasing the squeeze to inhale. And finding the bottom tips. I like a little bend in the elbows. It helps. Getting into those rhomboids, mid-back, mid-lower back. Exhaling, squeeze and drag. Good. Let's do one more round on our own. So we'll let the hands go. We'll take a breath for the top squeeze, a breath for the middle part squeeze, and a breath for the bottom tip squeeze. It takes a little stick-to-itiveness to go in and to create a strong volitional contraction. Part of this is building that mind-muscle connection. Part of that mind-muscle connection is helping us route our attention, our awareness into our heart. That's another great reason to feel the shoulder blades. Inhale, reach arms out to the side. Warrior two. And as you exhale, gently shift the tailbone down and feel as if the skull is effortlessly, almost like a helium balloon, just lifting away from the neck bones. Okay. So these little cues of lightening and softening and feeling these moments of expansion are just here to help us get a glimpse of a moment of openness in our body. To get a glimpse of that, just that unclench sensation, right? To visceralize that state of a slightly expanded, a slightly less contracted state. So they're just here to give us a little handle on that. Extended warrior variation. Inhale, bring right forearm to thigh. Exhaling, I'll take this left hand all the way behind back. Connect to thigh, connect to waistband, whatever you got is great. Now, part of what I choose to grab is contingent on my shoulder's ability, right, to rotate that thumb down, and then I reach behind. So I'm really playing to setting up that left shoulder, the front of the left chest. There you go, that's it. More so than I'm trying to grab the furthest object. Now that left heel presses away from that left hip. And with each left hand helper, like every time I use that left hand and gently pull, the front of that left chest gets a bit more revealed. There we go. Release that left hand. Inhale, set the hands down to the ground. Exhaling, step back, and we'll lower all the way to the ground. Hopefully those shoulders start feeling smoother and smoother as we go along. Cobra, reaching back through both inner legs. Inhale, belly into the floor. My back helps elevate my chest as I use my hands, pulling into Cobra. Exhaling, lower down, downward dog. Now let's give downward dog just a few extra breath moments. One, so I can see all your wonderful shoulders. And two, so we can use our legs and involve them in lightening up the shoulders. And care about the middle of your rib cage, Kara. Like center of heart, just at the bottom of the heart. Find out if you can breathe into those ribs and if they lengthen away from the armpits. There you go, that's it. That's it. Just like the bottom of the sternum. There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm. So I can use my legs to help me access underneath the heart, the center of the heart, the top of the heart. These legs are crucial, so that's why we need this leg connection. Very supportive and grounding to this heart. So inhale your left foot forward, so work that warrior two, shoulder shrugs. We'll let those arms just hang out. Our feet are active, and so it begins. Inhale into the upper back. Yeah, raise the shoulders, squeeze them straight back. Exhaling, squeeze plus drag. And I keep that head over the pelvis. And I'm even lifting my brain up a little bit here. Good, releasing the squeeze. Inhale into back of heart. Squeeze the middle parts of your shoulder blades. Exhale, keep the squeeze. As you move that squeeze down, as if kneading, decongesting the muscles around the heart, around the spine. Inhale, we'll let go that squeeze. Find the bottom tips of the blades. Squeeze them together. Exhale, squeeze. And as you drag the elbows down, the bottom tips of the blades down, the brain lifts away from the tailbone sinks away from the brain. This next round is on you. 3 breaths, 3 squeezes. Here we go. Hearts like breath. There you go. We can easily acclimate to stagnancy in the body. It's easy to miss as that inertia aggregates. But what we're doing here is we might just be perturbing aggregate inertia. And so you just keep noticing what you're feeling as you're moving in this area, through this area, around this area, breathing into that movement, breathing through this area. Because in one sense, that is a purpose of yoga and meditation, is we may eventually get to such a point where we're perturbing some pretty resolute structures that we've laid down. Inhale, reach the arms out to the side, warrior two. This is a great time here in warrior two. Exhaling, we'll bend that left knee, pressing out through those feet, those active feet, and again, shifting the tailbone just slightly down from the back of the heart. Inhale, lift the back of the heart away from the tailbone. Aha, yes. There's a hip connection there. You felt that. Good. Yes. Yeah, that's a great connect. Now here's that extended warrior variation. Inhale the left forearm to the left thigh. Now turn that right thumb down, reach behind the back, and whatever I can grab is what I can grab. Now, coaxing that breath a little bit higher than the middle of the heart. Collarbone, base of neck. Can you sense breath into the very base of your neck? And if you do feel that breath getting into the base of the neck, just press a little bit more through that left forearm, maintaining that lightness in the left shoulder. That's it, Tara. That's it, Susan. Yeah, this is like the very, very top of the rib cage, the sternal notch, base of the neck. There you go, there you go. Good, release. Inhale, we'll set the hands down. Exhaling, step left foot back and we lower. If you need to use the knees to practice kind of articulating and guiding those shoulders, very, very specifically, you can do that. Reach back to the inner legs and the big toes. Inhale. The belly presses into the ground. Pull the chest forward. Cobra. Exhaling, lower, downward dog. Softening the neck. We'll do this each and every pose. So start to explore the body as many, many parts, right? Young parts, mature parts, role-playing parts, authentic parts. One of the very helpful ways to gain alliance and access to these parts is to really go through the controller. We all have one, right? The back of the neck is a nice place to relax. If you're not familiar with the possibility of there being a controller about each and every one of us. So just feel the back of the neck soften. And just find out how that gives us access to a deeper breath. Do you notice that? So maybe that's what we can notice. Ooh, I soften the neck. The quality of my breath changes. Warrior one, inhale, right foot forward. Now I'm grabbing my strap on my way up to warrior one. So it's there if you want it. And I'm going to start with my left hand. My left hand, I reach behind back. And my right hand, let me show you this way, I'm going to nudge the wrist up. Okay? Because usually that will just set my hand easily another ½ inch or so higher. Then with my right hand, I'll lower the strap to my left. Now, as you're inhaling into the front of left chest, take that left elbow and just gently send it toward the back of your mat. I'm kind of just drawing it back. There you go. Shifting the tailbone down away from the heart. Reaching the right elbow away from the back of the heart, sending that left elbow away from the back of the heart. And I want to encourage you. I'm imagining it's more prominent on the left side, but breathing into that whole swath of back connection, the armpit area. So you're exploring your breath reaching the back of the ribs. Yes, that's it, Terry, that's it. So you got that great extension. And then breathing into these ribs here. Yep. So when I set my left hand like this, it tends to activate or wind up that lat a little bit. So I want you to just be able to breathe into that lat, especially left side. There we go. Oh, you got a good little laterals. One more. And release. You can set that strap down anywhere. You can also let those arms just hang out for a moment. Twisting. Warrior. Inhale, the left arm reach up. And exhaling, we're hooking that left elbow over the right thigh. Oh, good. There you go. That's a different balance game. Inhaling, unwind. We'll set the hands down. Now, when you exhale the left foot back, you set the knee down. Take a pause, because you probably have a roll or a blanket, or I have a blanket for you. Oh, you got one. Good. If you need any more substance, Terry, there's stuff over there. We're going to do a little belly on roll. So this roll can be as soft as you need it to be. Good. And for the moment, I've just got my forearms on the ground and breathing into abdomen. I'm going to take this step by step, because not only can I breathe into the abdomen, letting that breath move and filter underneath the heart. That's a way upper abdomen area. And then in these next few breaths, let's say like 3 or 4 breaths, can you connect that roll, the abdomen, to your upper back? This is a breath move. It's an attentional move. So you're stretching your breath from that roll all the way into upper back. And when we release, inhale, hands under chest. Exhaling, press to your knees. Knees will be a gentler exit. And then we'll press to downward dog. All right, so we've got an archer and warrior 1 on the other side. Inhale, left foot forward. Grab our strap if you need it. And I'm presetting the right hand before I go for my strap. Okay, so getting my right hand behind, and then I'm using my left hand to just kind of wriggle it up a little bit. There you go. And then the left hand can lower the strap. And then in your archer, you got that? You got the right hand behind the back. So left elbow points up, right elbow points down. Is that clear, Susan? Okay. I'll help you if I can see you. There you go. Good. Inhale the back of the heart away from the tailbone. Yes, 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 yes. Now, if you feel that little bit of space, maintain that as you exhale. Keep growing that back of heart away from the tailbone. Yes, yes, yes. Keep just very gentle, reach through the shoulder, the elbow, both. There you go. There it is. And breathe into the back of the ribs. All the way back. Yes, yes, yes. So we're really getting that omnidirectional breath, breathing in all directions. It especially works pretty well when I keep my head over my heart, over my pelvis. I get a different effect if I start hanging my head forward. There you go. So I do that little up periscope, and then, my T-spine kind of. There it is. Take one more very deep breath. And when we release, we'll just drop that strap off, let the arms hang out a moment. So if you could feel that extension or that lifting, arching in the mid-back, upper back, here goes another round of that. Inhale, right arm up for twisting warrior. So I'm lifting my chest up. I'm lifting my upper back away from my mid-back. exhaling, hooking that right elbow over the thigh. Good. And Joy, press down through that right arm so you can get even lighter on that bottom shoulder, that right shoulder. Yeah. So usually it's a cue to me. If I feel my right arm pressed against my chest or breast, I'll often push so I'm not mashing breast tissue and I'm not collapsing the shoulder joint. It provides a different quality of rotation through the spine if I press and get that bottom shoulder-like foundation. That's it, Tara, that's it. And let's try this out, Tara. Breathing into the upper back, like the top edge of the shoulder blades. Middle part of the shoulder blades. There you go. Yes, yes. There it is. There you go. Let's take one more breath into that upper back and just find out if that connects through the brain for you, if there's a brain-heart connection. There you go. Good. Good. Inhale, unwind. We'll set the hands down. Now, when we exhale the left foot back, there is one more round of that roll. So please, bring it into play. We'll lower the abdomen onto the roll as we prepare for cobra over a roll. So we can start with the hands, maybe like 10 inches in front of the shoulders. Reach back through the inner legs, the big toes. Inhale into the abdomen. Use those back muscles, elevate the chest. Elevate the elbows. Now use the hands, maintain this elevated posture. As you exhale, allow the abdomen to soften just a little bit as you pull mid-spine away from low spine. Maybe a little sinking, a little forward, downward sinking, but I'm keeping the elbows off the ground. This gives me the space sufficient to breathe into the back, to breathe into the abdomen. Once more. And exhaling, we'll lower down. All right, inhale, reset hands under chest. Exhaling, we'll press to knees. And from knees to downward dog. So we could get into some mischief. Now in downward dog, and do that softening the neck move. It's really just reminding ourselves to feel the neck, to feel the base of the neck, base of the brain. And using those legs, lift the pelvis away from the ribs. Lengthen the ribs away from the armpits. Inhale, step both feet forward, monkey. You can just come right up to standing if you want. Exhale, fold. Chair, bend knees, inhale. The butt goes down, the arms lift up, the chest lifts up. Exhaling, stand, hands to heart. All right. Do 2 items. So one is downward dog at the wall, and then the other item is a bunch of twisting silliness. So just as a reminder, as you're heading to the wall, that downward dog on the wall, the import of doing this here and now is so you can get that sense of butt lifting away from armpits, and so that we can get the shoulders really warm, okay? So if you would, find a section of wall, and we will do downward dog at the wall even if you can do handstand, just because it'll play into where we're going. And so once you've got your wall spot, we'll set up downward dog, feet within inches of the wall. That's it, Brett. Inhale, we'll step a foot up. Exhale, we'll step the other foot up. And just so you know, on your way in, we're here for about 8 to 10 breaths. Boo. I hear your digital groans, and I raise you an analog groan. Now, again, the object of doing this is to feel the butt lifting away from the hands. To feel the ribs length. That's it, Brett. That's it. That's it. That's it. And it's okay if the arms get warm. We actually want that. Push through the whole hand, even that little finger, even that thumb. There you go. Soften the neck. I dare you. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, Jerry, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I can feel that outreach. Go ahead, breathe into that new thing. There you go. Take a very deep breath. And then push out through those shoulders, arms. There you go. Once more. Yeah. There it is, there it is, there it is. Here's your weight back, that's great. And of course, when you are through, we can and we should step down. We get to the end of class, there's still someone stuck to the wall. It's then when you stand, we'll be getting our strap ready. And let me just show you the sequence so we can, just so you can get a little rest. I'll show us in. Okay, so we'll be going into interlock. And you could use a strap for this if you like. Here's that warm, warm shoulder, twisting, turning, wrapping all the way around that thigh. Okay, we'll be here for a few. And then we'll walk, half twining vine. My feet are very close together, and this is the whole reason, right? Letting the head go, the feet get active, and I lift my sit bones away from my brain. The legs don't have to straighten. And the little detail in here is that I'm letting gravity help uncluster my organs and my heart. So, we're done with the wall. You can move wherever you want to work. Have a strap nearby. And we'll start this off by stepping the right foot forward. Interlock. So you can use a strap for your interlock if you like. I'm getting this right armpit next to the thigh and rotating that arm. Now when I rotate that arm inwardly, it usually kind of flicks on my lat, which can be really sweet. So I breathe into that thing, that right lat. Now as I'm unsticking my right lat by breathing into it, I'm lengthening my chest forward. I'm unclustering. I'm revealing the guts and the heart more and more. Consider that this pose is an implement for revealing. Revealing our heart, our guts. And yes, sometimes our aches and our distresses, but to reveal that and to breathe with that, to know that, is really powerful. Now hang on to your hands as you inhale the left foot forward. There you go. Relax the head, getting the feet active. So feeling this two series, the legs really active. So feel some juice, some effort, some love going through those legs, and the spine and the neck releasing. So the top of the head keeps relaxing. As I deepen breath, the heart can lengthen little bit by little bit toward the feet. That's it. There we go. Now maintain the clasp, bend knees, inhaling the left foot back, and here we'll unwind. Okay, pigeon. Set the left knee down, walk the right foot to the left side of the mat, lie the shin down. I promise I mean this as a rest, an untwisting rest. And there's a teeny little move I love about this pigeon. With my hands on the ground, with my forearms on the ground, I can exert just the subtlest of pulling action. So subtle, I barely move, but my perception changes. Because my perception changes, I feel my breath in an entirely new way, interfacing with my spine and my guts, my heart. Inhale, walk the hands back under the shoulders. Exhaling, downward dog. Our downward dog also serves as a kind of a decompression moment, especially if we use our legs. So using those legs, I'm going to lift pelvis away from shoulders. Now when I feel that little perceptual shift, ooh, a more spacious interior, connect to breath. Right? We might just get glimpses of, ooh, something moves. Ooh, there's an opening. But those glimpses aggregate. We build on those. We remember those. They help us come back to that quality and that state of openness, release, surrender, right? So here's that interlock on the other side. Inhale, left foot forward. Straps are welcome. As we exhale, the left arm under the left thigh. Turn that arm bone as you're slipping it under the thigh. So as I'm pressing this left arm against my thigh, there's a little bit of lat activation. Sometimes I get little snarls, little cramps, little interesting weird things in the lat. But that's a great moment to breathe into those. Because here it's rather workable and gentle. In a moment it'll be a little more on stretch. All right, so here's that half twining vine. Inhale, take your time and walk the right foot next to the left foot. Take your time. Get the feet as close to each other as possible. And a first working stage of this is knees bent, neck relaxed. Yes. So just being able to bend and relax the head, the neck, the chest, that's a big move. 2, with those feet active, begin to press. So the legs get more excited, they start to work, but the neck keeps relaxing. That's it, Kat, that's it. Soft belly allows the organs, the ribs to almost drippingly elongate toward the ground. What would that be like to release in the guts? There you go, good breath. There it is. What a soft. Now, bending the knees, we'll start our exit. We'll step right foot back. And once we've stepped our right foot back, unclasp hands. And we'll set them down. Chaturanga. We'll set the knees down. We'll lower the chest down. All right. So we're going to do a little bit of wave dancer. To me, this feels like a reset. It feels like it helps bring the breath and the spine into together. So reach back through the big toes and the inner legs. Wave dancer is almost all gentle spinal muscle, back muscle engagement. So as I inhale my belly into the earth, lifting my head a little bit, my chest a little bit. My hands really aren't doing much. And then exhale, I lower right back down. It is that simple. But I'm just tying the breath move to my back muscles move. Inhale, abdomen into the ground. elevate the chest. Exhaling is lowering. Do this a few more times. So inhaling is the up move. And then exhaling is the down move. I'm just letting my body almost like deflate or descend without any need to pull or push. Feeling breath underneath the spine. Last one. Now, it doesn't matter how high we get, but as we do these successive rounds, I think, and I'm betting, what you'll notice is you start to lift and move the back just a little bit more. It lifts on its own accord just a little bit more, a little bit more. Good. Once you've released, once your belly or your chest is on the ground, inhale, hands under the chest. Exhale, press to your knees. And we'll stay right here, hands and knees, as we do one round of Uddiyana. Inhale into the abdomen. Now swiftly exhale everything out. Good. Remain empty and draw the belly in and back and up. Releasing. So I have forgotten to give us one pose, which we'll do right now. Pigeon. Remember that old thing? Okay. Inhale, slide that left knee forward. This really helps with the back release portion, so I want to make sure we get this in. All right. Inhale, walk hands back. Since our left hip is so close to ground, we'll just sit back on that left hip. And we'll bring that right leg around. Let's come into a seated position. This can be cross-legged. And a final move. We're going to get in the very top of the shoulder, rib, and the very bottom of the skull and the brain. So right hand, I tuck under the right sit bone. I'm going palm down. Now again, I'm turning, I'm rotating this arm in. It's going to flare a little bit. It's going to work, activate, turn on, stretch that lat a little bit. Inhale, lift the chest up away from the sit bone. And exhaling, allow the head, the chin, to relax to your left. And sometimes I like a little bit more like chin toward left collarbone. So just these teeny little angles might highlight some brain spaces for you or some shoulder spots. leaving the head where it is, we'll unpin the right hand. We can shift our chin centrally, and we can set up the other side. Left hand, palm down, under left sit bone. Inhale, grow the ribs up away from the palm. And this is a little thing that I really like, especially it's nice, those of you who work with your hands are already pretty sensitive, is you can put your right hand on your heart while your left hand is pinned under your butt. And what this gives you is a nice sense of that growing space between the heart and the pelvis. So you're literally using the hands as feeling parameters. So you can sense inside the hands. And this is something we all have access to. We all have healing hands. We all can cultivate an extraordinary and sensitive set of hands. And we just practice feeling between the hands. It's just a nice practice when our body is between our hands. And what's really cool is if you feel what's between your hands is growing, opening, revealing, note how your hands move. Note how your hands respond, your body responds. So leaving the head there, we'll unpin the left. Let the head, chin move centrally. And let's help it up with the hands, just because those neck muscles may have gotten a little bit of a stretch. All right. We're ready for Shavasana. So please, let's. You're welcome to place legs up wall. Let me take that down. So we did a lot to engage, investigate the whole heart area from the bottom of the brain down to the guts. So maybe you can sense how your breath moves through this entire heart space. part of this practice does allow for the possibility of introducing perturbation to structures. Now, structure doesn't have to just be material, physical structure. Structure is what holds things together. We have a personality structure. We have belief structures. One of the ways we can feel, we can get a sense of a shift in structure is to feel how breath moves. So we can feel breath's passage into the heart, through the heart, into the brain, through the brain, into the guts, through the guts. And sensing into this deep, deep heart. This vast, timeless heart. And when you're ready, bend knees. Turn to a side. And use both hands pressed to seated. Namaste.